Labor Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer. Great to see you this morning, Madam Secretary. So this week, as you know, President Trump had a little fun. He had a DoorDash delivery right to the White House with the DoorDash grandma, she's being called. What did that moment really show about how the no tax on tips policy is helping real working Americans?
Well, certainly that visit, played around the country, and I think that showed that President Trump is really focused on the American worker, everyday, hardworking Americans who are finding a way to provide for their families. And he has said to them, I have your back, and I want you to keep more of your hard-earned dollars. And that's what we're seeing now on tax day. I mean, most people fear tax day. They're not sure what they're going to owe. And for the first time in a very long time, this president has said, you know what, we're going to give you some of your money back that you earned. And that's what we're seeing with the working families tax cut. I mean, one of these tax cuts has affected many Americans. I mean, 53 million filers, and over 45% of those filers are going to see one aspect of those tax cut hit their pocketbooks. And that's exciting time on tax day today.
Yeah, you've been out there, Madam Secretary, a lot talking about the no tax on tips, the no tax on overtime in that one big, beautiful bill. And how much extra money service workers, factory workers, construction crews, I mean, they're actually seeing in their paychecks. I'm hearing anywhere from 11 to 25% bigger refunds this year.
That's right. I mean, over 6 million filers have taken advantage of their no tax on tips, where they're going to see a refund up to $7,100 possibly. I was in Virginia yesterday, Woodbridge, Virginia, talking to Brittany, who's an esthetician at, who works for tips oftentimes, and she's part of a company, of a franchise, where she said to me yesterday, it makes a difference. It gives comfort in knowing that she can possibly add to paying her mortgage, paying her car payments, affording childcare. There's a lot of things that people will say to themselves about what just a few $100s extra a month in their pocket that they earned for hard work. They're already getting taxed on their paycheck. Why shouldn't they be able to keep all of their tip dollars? So, we want to be out and talking to everyday Americans and understanding what affects them the most. So whether it's no tax on Social Security for seniors, whether it's no tax on overtime when we're seeing this, rampant uptick in construction jobs, whether it's in manufacturing, they have an opportunity to work in overtime. And so if they can do that, and it goes to their budgeting for their families, they should be able to keep those dollars and not be taxed on it.
And with your America at Work tour and all the work at the Department of Labor, how are these tax relief pieces from the One Big Beautiful Bill combining with better training and cutting government waste to create even more opportunities for American workers?
Well, I think one of the aspects is not only being able to keep more of your hard-earned dollars, we want to create more jobs. One of the things the Department of Labor has been focused on, as I was on my 50-state tour and now still visiting continuous businesses, employers, and employees, is that we want to create more jobs and more opportunity. Coming up at the end of the month is National Apprenticeship Week. We have been focused on, making sure that those dollars go out to the respective states, so that we can make sure that we are upskilling our workforce so they have an opportunity at whatever job they so choose. We're seeing that in the trades. We're seeing that again in construction, manufacturing, and that's really been at the testament to the president's, again, trading policies and the negotiations of bringing $18 trillion to this country, where employers are investing in their workforce. The human capital matters, and I think the employee is responding to that. And so that's why we're seeing, unemployment hold steady. We're seeing the jobs numbers tick up. 178,000 new jobs were added this last month in construction, manufacturing. And in manufacturing, 15,000 jobs. That is the biggest jump in the quarter since March, I think since 2023. So it's an exciting time for Americans to know that this president is leaning in, and the Department of Labor can assist him in backing up that bet that these companies and the president has made for the American worker.
All right, Madam Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer, thank you for taking the time this morning. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. Happy tax day.
Happy tax day.